Well, hey there, everyone, and welcome to Energy Gap Meditations. My name is Lisa. Today on our Empowerment Friday, we're going to be talking about embodiment. You know, we hear a lot about it, being embodied, embodying your emotions, embodying the body. What the hell does it mean, though? So I want to talk to you a little bit about what it is and then why it's so important in this season that we are in right now to experience embodiment. So, to start with, what is embodiment? Embodiment is as simple as really becoming aware of your physical body, becoming aware of the environment, becoming aware of where you end and the rest of life begins, while under the understanding as well that there really is no other as well as no end to you. You are eternal and you are forever, and a little bit of you is in every other person. But to be embodied means to, in some ways, individuate and to come into a place of understanding that you are your very own sovereign being as well. Sovereign. You own your own space as well. Now, for some people, they might be like, well, yeah, of course I'm in my body. What do you mean? Well, in this day and age, we spend a lot of our energies online, in front of a screen, and we actually lose awareness of where we are. For example, have you ever tried to get the attention of someone who's watching TV? And you're like, hello, I'm here trying to talk to you. And they are so absorbed in watching TV that they have literally lost touch with the reality that's around them. They have, in some ways, disembodied. They are so into watching the movie that they don't even hear you anymore. So there's nothing wrong with it, and it's something that's normal that happens. The problem is that we're walking around disembodied most of the time now. And it's not helpful. It is not helping us because our body has a wisdom, has its own still small voice that is so reliable. But if we're not in our bodies, we're not going to be able to tap in and hear that still small voice from within. So that's why it's so important that we're embodied. We're on a journey right now, my friends, of what's called expanding in our consciousness, of awakening to the godness that is within us. You know, we've known that there's, for the most part, most of us understand there's this godness, this holiness, this divine consciousness that is all around. But it's also in us. We are it. And so as we are awakening to that, for the very first time ever, we are awakening to it and staying in our bodies and asking our bodies to join us for the party, which means that our bodies are going to go from a third dimension awareness also to a fourth and fifth dimension awareness. And that's a lot for the body because it has a lot that it has to integrate. It has to come out of being dissociated and disembodied. Dissociated, again, you are not in your body, or you're not aware of parts of your body. And a lot of dissociation happens from traumatic experiences or experiences that we've received as traumatic and have a pain response to in childhood and sometimes in adulthood as well. We become almost catatonic to that particular part of our body. We numb out to our body because it's easier to live just up in our minds or out in our auric field rather than actually in our bodies. I know that's a lot, and some of it becomes esoteric. So if you've got any questions about something I've said, please put it in the comments and I will unpack it just a little bit more. I don't want to go too long on this video. So if you have questions, please put them in the comments below and I will answer them either right there in the questions or comments or in another video altogether. So that's what embodiment is. How do we go about becoming embodied? There are a lot of different ways. Let's mention just a few. Well, sound bathing. Allowing yourself to get into frequencies, just relaxing the body and listening to theta waves and other sounds. Becoming aware of the different sounds that are around you. Through sound baths, different instruments. I mean, I've got an instrument right here. Just listen to this. And now take a moment and see if my speakers are good enough. There's a bird that is chirping right outside my window here. See if you can hear it. Chirp, 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 chirp. As soon as you start to put your attention on listening to things, but I mean being aware that you're listening to them, that's coming down into the body. That's bringing an awareness to the body, an intentional awareness to the body. As soon as you do things like even just put your feet on the floor and stomp the floor just a few times for the purpose, you can be disembodied while you're running and you're pounding the pavement. But as soon as you become aware, how does it feel for my sneakers to be touching the earth, the bottom of my feet to be touching my sneakers, to be touching the earth? When you bring an awareness and intention to the actions that you're doing. I think it was Brother Lawrence he became so intentional about washing the dishes for his fellow monks and friars. And he viewed it as such a holy act in itself, just to be washing the dishes, that there are reports that he levitated while he was washing the dishes. He became so embodied that he was able to even levitate, for heaven's sakes. Gravity, it didn't have any hold over him. He was definitely in like a fifth frequency or so. But he had to be in his body to allow that to happen. We want miracle signs and wonders to happen. Well, if you want them to happen, they happen through you, through your body, and then out into the environment. We think it's environment into us, but really it's a divine exchange of it from the center of us out into the environment and then back in again. But we have to be part of the equation. So things that bring your awareness back into your body, just intentional breathing, just being intentional about your breathing. Guided meditations that don't necessarily lead you out of your body, but like a yoga nidra practice, a guided meditation that leads you back into your body. That's very important. There are a lot of guided meditations. I'm not saying they're wrong, but they're not helping you embody. There are guided meditations that help you to numb out. And that's not the kind of guided meditation that I'm talking about. You can check out my Wednesdays, and I've got a playlist, guided meditations, and they're all about coming back into the body. I think that journaling can help you become very embodied, because say at the beginning of every day or at the end of every day, however you want to do it, or at lunchtime, you just sit down and you really just sit with, what am I feeling inside my body right now? And you journal it. You bring it out of this thinking and down through your hand out to a pen. That's why I'm all about pen and paper journaling. I think it's okay if you want to journal onto your phone or journal onto your laptop, but there's something different about journaling onto pens with a pen and paper. There's something different about it. It's got a different frequency to it. Sitting with your pet, snuggling with your pet is enormous for coming down into your body. As you're petting them, allowing their energies to, mix with your own and help you to become more aware of your physical body. Mirror gazing, I think, is really good. It's very intense to take a look into your own eyes and stay there for minutes at a time. Or even to strip down as naked as you feel comfortable and able to. And then I always tell people, just when you start to feel uncomfortable, you're just in the right spot. Try to get at least a little uncomfortable, and then you're close to where you need to be. And just look at yourself and become aware of your body. And then also, become aware of any judgment you have about your body, because that's a way that you can be disembodied. You can be far away from your physical form if you find that you are having judgment about your body. If you're judging it, you're not in it. If you're judging it, you're not in it. You're not feeling it. And if you're not feeling it, you're not healing it. Okay? If you're judging, you're not in. If you're not in, you're not feeling. If you're not feeling, you're not healing. So it all comes back to non-judgmental curiosity about gazing at the body, being in the body, feeling the body, and allowing the body to offer you the messages that it does. Sitting under a tree, sitting in quietness, anywhere. I've got a favorite rocking chair in a reading nook in my house, and I've got a green Afghan that I made, and I wrap myself in it, and I sit in the rocking chair, and I'll just sit there for a couple of minutes, allowing myself to rock back and forth, which helps bring awareness to my body. And I'm wrapped in the Afghan, which helps me bring awareness down into my body, cocooned in there. But my intention is I want to become even more aware of my body. I want to become more aware of where am I just thinking and pondering and not allowing my body to connect in with that. So say I'm thinking about a particular situation that happened and I find myself just pondering it, and it's something that maybe has upset me. Rather than continuing to ruminate in this loop of thinking about it, I'll be like, okay, where do I feel that particular thought in my physical body? Oh, I feel it down in my belly, and it makes me feel very gassy, or I feel tight there. Or I feel like I can't breathe in my throat. I'm constricted there. My right shoulder just aches, something awful when I think about that. And just be curious about that. Be curious how your body feels. But we first have to become aware of the body itself, so that then we can start to receive its messages. Okay, I'm going to leave that here because I don't want to get too long. If there's anything that I could further unpack for you, please leave that in the comments and I'd be happy to. We're on this journey together, you and I, and it is amazing. It's exciting. It is never boring. It's a wild ride. It's most often scary. If you are really all in, it is freaking scary. But scary in the body feels a lot like excitement. And so I re-narrate that. Oh my God, this is scary because I don't know what's going to happen. I'm out of control. I have no vision for the future. What's going on? And I re-narrate that as, this is so exciting. I've never experienced this before. And it's a whole lot of, this is amazing. Remember that life is happening for you. Life wants to expand. Life wants to heal. Life wants to continue on. Life wants to be more in on the adventure. Life wants to thrive. Life wants to live. And life is also happening through you. That is how God consciousness, divine intelligence, is experiencing itself through you, through your body. And it never thinks anything is bad. It's just it thinks it's just part of the experience. So whenever you start judging something, remember that is not God consciousness. That is not divine intelligence. That's probably ego. It's probably pain body. And so be just curious about it. What an adventure. Life is happening for you, through you, with you. We want peace in the world. Remember that it begins with you, within. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you again soon.